All right, guys, sorry about the background music, but I just want to look at KASPA for fun, like academic purposes. Uh, you can get their white paper basically here, and look, they say it's a generalization and not come up to consensus. This is what I don't. This is just my just looking at this, right? I don't necessarily understand all the math and everything, right? I know what a DAG is. Right? I know what this is. I know what a directed acyclic graph is. But what I don't get, just by looking at it, right? I didn't study it, but just my first. I'm just going to explain my first uh, problem with it is my brain, right? It wants to know how does this work, just basically, right? So looking at this, okay, say somebody connects with J and somebody else connects with L. How do they check for a double spend? Don't you have to check with L and J to know that somebody's not trying to buy something on two different sides, or are they expected to show their coins? Uh, are these somehow able to update with each other somehow? Because I get you can generate blocks maybe separately and then combine them for static information, but like if you're going to be checking for transactions being sent around between them, I guess they would still have to be connected. So why not just keep it at two tiers, right? That's my first thought, right? So this is me being lazy and not actually studying and reading through the paper properly. If I wrote a paper, I would want someone to read through it and understand it. But there's a lot of papers out there. So somebody explain to me what is the basic intuition? Because usually when you study something with math, there's a basic intuition behind it. And the false way to approach it is like to say, well, you know, the problem with the three doors, you pick a door and then you have to switch. They don't explain the intuition because they don't understand the problem. So they act like everyone's intuition is wrong. Well, that's a totally wrong way to look at it because if you explain the problem properly, you realize that they only remove the door on the Monty Hall problem. That's what it's called. You only remove the door if it's incorrect, and you only remove, you're assuming that they remove it even if whoever picked the door uh, picked a wrong one to begin with, which in real life, you can't assume that those are the constraints. So they act like you're wrong when you think, oh no, it doesn't matter if you switch. Well, according to certain assumptions. So with this, what I want to know is what is it that makes them get this to somehow where they think that this works better than just having a central set of full nodes. Because the point of those mainly as a response tool is to check for double spends. And then after that, kind of more of a secondary purpose is to keep, the history essentially. But I can't imagine, I mean, I can see how you have to do something like this if you're going to spread out and say you're going to be like on different planets or something. Because obviously you can't update central nodes fast enough, so you would have to use some kind of directed acyclic graph. But you would have to have multiple tiers or something. When it comes to this on planet Earth, it's like, well, how does that work? So somebody who's smarter than me, uh, Can you just explain without any bias, without any marketing, without any confusion? Just explain the basic intuition of why this would work. Because definitely the lightning guys, right? They do not know how to explain. They have 50-page paper that shows how the lightning transaction works, but they have zero, like they have one paragraph that says, well, we think we can figure out the networking, but it doesn't actually work. So that's like the same thing here. Is like, is this the same kind of thing? Does this actually work? Or is this just more paper where somebody's trying to act like it works, but in reality, it's unnecessary extra junk? Somebody explain it to me, because I want to know. KASPA. Ask someone who knows about KASPA. Does it actually function better than BSV? Can it do something that BSV does not do? That's it.